Well, it should be good morning, everyone, but it's actually good evening. It was just one of those days that I didn't get to do the video this morning. Meant to have it done by the afternoon, but didn't get that done either. So here we are, reading through Genesis 46, 47, and without getting far into it, right at the very beginning of what we read today, there's something that really strikes me. Jacob is hesitant to go down to Egypt. Now you got to understand that Joseph is in Egypt. His son, his beloved son, his son he loves so much, and that he's spoken so much destiny into him, dreaming and supernatural and relationship with God, and he had birthed a lot of things in the son, had high hopes for him, and thought he was dead. Here he is, he finds out he's alive, and he's in Egypt, and he hesitates to go down to Egypt. And it isn't until a God Almighty, who isn't referred to as El Shaddai or any of the other descriptives, it's just El. El spoke to him. And that's just title of God. This is God Almighty, God the Creator, not God of the mountains, not God of provision, not anything else. This is just plain God. Met with him and laid it all out to him. Laid out the whole plan to Jacob here, and he said that don't hesitate, don't hesitate. You need to go down. Your son Joseph is going to bury you. Go down. Enjoy life. A mighty nation is going to come out of this. Okay? Your people will come out. Your family will come out of Egypt. So it really struck me that here, this is the longing, the desire of his heart, but he wouldn't do it unless he saw God in it. Once he saw God in it, he quickly packed up all of his stuff and down he went. And he gets 17 years. He got to live 17 years. And some people think, well, 17 is not very long. 17 is, think of what you have lived in the last 17 years. Think of where you were 17 years ago. That's a long time. That's a significant time. That's almost birthing a child and bringing them all the way through adolescence there. That is a long time. And yeah, there's a point in our life where that just seems so small and so insignificant, 17 years. And there's other times when you stop and you realize how much living you've done in that 17 years. So here Jacob has 17 years to watch his family grow, to see grandchildren and great-grandchildren being born to him, great-great-grandchildren being born to him. And yeah, and God is in it. And there's peace in it for him. Today, if we're in a similar situation where we see something as good, for us, hey, this is good. God must be in this because this is good. And they see it to be an advantage. This is an advantage for me. It's good and it's an advantage to me. And we just pursue it. We dive in, and we don't even look to see whether God's in it or not. We don't even inquire. We don't hesitate. We just jump into it. And we know God has got us, and he's going to do something with it. But if we can avoid the mess, why go through the mess? Why not go where God is in it, where he doesn't have to come to our rescue, that he's in it, and we walk with him, we walk in step with him, instead of him having to come and rescue us from a situation or to rescue a situation. Sometimes we act like Eve. We see it logically. We understand, hey, this is a good thing. This has benefit to us, and then we take it. And this is where we get into trouble. It's just, for me, it was really amazing to see Jacob, a longing of his heart, and he hesitated. He wouldn't do it unless he knew that God was in it. And he just stopped there, and he hesitated and wouldn't go, and just, it's, I understand. I identify with it, because there are times in my life where it looked good, it was to my benefit, and I dove in, and what a mess it was. And I guess I'm just at a place in my life that when I'm looking at a decision, I now say, God, I want to see your hand. I want to see your hand. I want to see this as a God thing. I want to see, I want to see, I want to see that you're here. And if you're not here, I want nothing to do with it. A decision that we had to make just recently. That's what we were pursuing. We were pursuing a God thing. We wanted to see that this God's hand was in this. And I kept saying to him, Lord, if you're not in this, break this. And I kept saying, I don't want to go any further. If you're not in this, I don't want anything to do with this. And, and he let us know that he was in it. And when the decision was made, it was revealed what he was doing, what we were part of, and this is what I love being. We were the answer to somebody's prayer, and I mean, isn't that what we long to be? God's answer to somebody's prayer, and yeah, it was fantastic. So that's where we want to be, and we got to be smarter about these things, smarter in that we are looking for God's hand in it. We want to see him in these things and not just jump into it. So you be blessed. Have a good night's sleep, and we'll see you very soon as I greet you in the morning. God bless.